Bill Bonner and I can't remember Higgins, Wiggins, Bill Wiggins. They wrote a book called Financial Reckoning Day, and they went back all the way in time and wrote the history of money and wrote it all out. And at first I'm like, God, why am I reading this crap? I don't want to know about this crap. I want to know what's going on. Well, then by the time you're done, you realize why he wrote it all out that way. And you realize the crash that was coming it was right on the wall. And all 10,000 fiat currency money systems in the history of the world, they've all failed. The dollar's no different. It was designed to fail. It's built into the system to fail. Now, it already failed. Donald Trump, when he took over the Fed, it's not in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is literally between Constitution Avenue and Independence Avenue, from the Capitol all the way down to Lincoln Memorial. But when you get to Osiris's penis, the dick clock there, the sun god Ra's sundial, the Washington.
Yep. Oh, so there, Nick.
On the Osiris's penis, the sun, that's 55 and a half feet wide, 666 inches. Okay. 111-foot foundation, vaccination 111. It goes up to the White House. And so the street on each side of the White House, up to and around the White House. That is Washington, D.C. right there. That 10 square miles. That's it. The Federal Reserve is outside of Washington, D.C. It's a private company. It's not federal. They have no reserves. It's not a bank. And when these dumbasses made all 50 states a state of emergency, that gave Donald Trump the 1950 War Powers Act, which is called the Stafford Powers Act. Now, when the prostitutes, the horse for the 1% globalist pimps, asked him about the Stafford Powers Act, his first response was, I have it memorized. Now, who the hell has it memorized? You know what I mean?
Right.
But when your family, the Trump family, and that's not his family, he was adopted. They're Birchers, and that means they belong to the Birch Society. They're strict constitutionalists. So guess what you talk about at the dinner table? You talk about the Constitution. So Donald Trump has the Constitution memorized inside and out, not just the 1950 War Powers Act, which is the Stafford Powers Act, which gave him total control of any company inside the United States during a time of war. And so he took over the Fed Reserve. He runs the Fed Reserve. And when he slammed the interest rates to zero, boom, it hurt every bank, every central bank in the world. It crushed them. It beat them. And so the bond market, it collapsed. We saw it coming. People that were paying attention to, I don't just do numbers, right? I do numbers.
Right.
So I started studying the dollar and health, because if you didn't have one, you weren't going to have the other, in 2002, and started studying China on the side for fun at the same time. And it wasn't 2003, and I already knew that all three were connected, and there was this massive problem. And we went into Iraq finally after Afghanistan was 11, and then Iraq in 03, and guys at work were bitching and complaining about $4 a gallon gas. It's not gas that's coming to kick your ass. It's healthcare. It's going to be double digits as far as you can see because of the demographics of it. When you have a pyramid of growth of people, old people at the top, young people at the bottom being, born, that's all fine and dandy because you have a width at the bottom to provide enough goods and services to take care of the people at the top.